Perfect. That's the best info.
The best there is. All right, guys, time to get serious.
Grow up.
Off day show. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the DNVR Nuggets podcast.
Let's go.
Presented by Bet365. Download the Bet365 app. Sign up with code DNVR365. Choose your offer. Find out why. Whatever the moment. Never ordinary at Bet365. You also saw it there. We're in the Xfinity studio today.
Throw your X's up.
Throw
boys.
your X's up.
I will not do that.
Yeah, you don't
Come
have
on,
to do
bro.
that.
We're
You don't
doing
have
it.
to. Yeah.
That's
doing
probably
it.
like some language, some sign language or some symbol.
Good point.
or something.
Yeah.
It might be some. Yeah, like we're canceled. I regret to inform you.
Never do
DNVR has
anything.
been canceled.
Yeah.
Wow, really? I had no idea. Great show for you lined up. Off day, the chance for us to catch our breath a little and look at some topics that maybe have fallen to the wayside or just rehash old topics.
Cool. Sweet. Why not?
Either way, we are going to talk about some hangover takes. We're going to talk about concerns I have about the Nuggets in accumulation over these absences.
Okay.
Some things that have happened. Then we're going to talk about the Western Conference because it's so up and down, man. Every week, if we did a Western Conference power rankings every week, it would be wildly different week to week.
That's so true.
You been watching this? I think so. You don't think so?
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I'm telling you, this week there's some teams that were on that I was like, all right, there it is. Those are the best teams. And then they lose 3 in a row. And you're like, well, I guess they're not.
I got to call myself out because I keep going, and this team might be the new sleeper team. It's just who's ever in fourth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're a different team every day.
And it changes every single day. And then at the end of the show, what we'll do, this is the one we'll rehash, is that old conversation about, okay, but who's in the rotation? We've been talking starting lineup, but I think it's actually even just as hard to look at beyond that and say who's on the bench.
Yeah.
Because there's some guys that might be moving out. Harrison Wynn's joining us today.
Fellas, I am hyped to be on today's show, and hopefully don't have to talk at all about last night's game. Our hangover takes a segment tonight. Today.
Well, we didn't get to hear from Vote. We're really counting on Vote. But for segment one's Vote.
Well, you didn't hear
segment.
from me either, so.
I can tell you guys exactly how much it sucked.
This is how memorable the game was, is that I forgot.
I don't know if I want to give my hangover
Right.
takes from the
you
game
don't have
last
to.
night.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. I could tell you guys exactly how bad it was if that's what you're asking for.
That is what I'm asking
Yeah,
for.
cool.
Let's go to it. Here. Let's go to the hangover takes.
No!
Oh, come on,
Our
dude.
backup producer.
serious, dude?
Unbelievable.
Oh, my God. This is just like the Denver Nuggets.
You know what's crazy?
what? Come on, Duran.
I was just telling people
Grab a rebound.
what a good job you've been doing around here too.
Really? You- there it is. All right. There it is. The hangover takes. Vote, you were at the arena, though. You and I think have similar takes from the last 2 games being, me obviously there at Charlotte, you hit this one, and I'm throwing an oop to you here, see if you slam it home or throw it back out to me. I think that the team looks annoyed, tired, and over it.
Yeah, I think some of that palpable joy that defines some of those miraculous wins is slowly, finally giving way to weariness.
Yeah.
They're just tired. I think particularly being undersized is just, as I framed the question last night to each of them, without all the centers, the rebounding is going to be tough. And like the faces they made,
Yeah.
like they know they're tired of this. And
Yeah.
Alderman made some great points last night that it's like, as the Nuggets 3-point shooting dried up, they lost really glaringly in all these key battlegrounds, second chance points, rebounding battle, points in the paint, but even transition points, he pointed out, was a size thing. He's like, they were just getting down the floor and sealing, And I just think these guys are a little, look, no one's waving the white flag, but like we said last night, this is 12 games into this now of like, how far can the power of friendship take us before eventually what you're missing really just kind of starts to hover over everything like a dark cloud. And, look, they can still go pick up some great wins and like you go beat Washington. Like
Some easy ones coming up, hopefully.
this can all still be a triumph, right? But the peak of the joy we were feeling about this experience and the players were feeling, I think reality is starting to catch up to them a little.
But it's only been 2 games, yet the 2 games are so loud. That's part of it. But to the point you're making, when I was a kid, I grew up camping. That was how we did vacation. We didn't do vacation. We would go camping with all the cousins and stuff. And at a certain age, it's like, hey, can we make our own campsite now? And it's like, all right, go for it. It's so cool. And you have s'mores for breakfast and stuff. Yeah. But then it gets cold and you're like, well, it was warmer with them, or like
100%. It was like, really, no parents. This is fun. No rules. And then it's like, oh man, the house is a mess.
Yeah,
like,
actually kind of
I think we need a chaperone.
And that's where I think the Nuggets are.
I think so.
They're ready to come back in the trailer.
Well, also because of the schedule. I mean, it might be one thing if all these games were spread out more.
Dude, yes. Underrated aspect. Easy teams, but nonstop.
All these back-to-backs are crazy, man. I mean, they had the, New Orleans Dallas back-to-back, which they won, and then the Wizards Charlotte back-to-back, which they split. But just the games have been coming in such a crazy schedule.
And what's coming up?
A back-to-back.
I'm telling you, this is insane. 3 back-to-backs with
in
only
their last, seven games.
In their last 7 games. Yeah. Back-to-back, back-to-back, 1 game, back-to-back.
It's crazy, man. I mean, it's just, look, it's so tough to survive the NBA now, I feel like. It's so tough for a team to survive an 82-game regular season, especially if you're a veteran team like the Nuggets.
Yeah.
The Nuggets are an older team compared to a lot of the teams in the NBA, man.
Yeah, that sucks.
And I just look at the direction the league is going, and the 2 teams that were in the finals last year.
Yeah.
Granted, one of them had their best player have a major injury in the playoffs as well. He couldn't even make it. But it is really tough for veteran older teams to make it through an 82-game regular season these days.
Yeah.
It's almost impossible. You almost really can't do it. And I mean, the Nuggets have been bit by that bullet probably more than anybody so far.
I agree. And I think it's a real thing. We're going to talk about that in segment 2. But I'll go to the basketball part here. The rebounding is a huge deal.
Oh, my God.
But beyond that, the team has sort of forged an identity that they had with some of these different creators. But I think that the identity is, it's still inconsistent. And teams going, like tomorrow night, fully expect Washington to trap Jamal Murray.
Yeah, 100%.
Why not? You watch what happened the night before that. Okay, what happened in the second half that they blew it?
Yeah.
Oh, trap him and they don't know what to do. Denver's going to have guys step up. And I think last night we talked about, did Denver make adjustments, this or that? You get frustrated. I actually think Denver on the defensive end was more frustrating than the offensive end. Mm-hmm. They got shots on the offensive end.
I was going to say, so Spencer Jones had this quote. He said, we actually did the same thing we've been doing when they blitz and trap Jamal. We missed a lot of these shots.
This is one point real quick, just to interject. It's not the first time they've been trapped, man.
No, it's not.
And that's why teams are like, there was no adjustment for it. How many times does a professional player have to see a trap before they know? But to your point, I actually think they got the ball where it's supposed to go more often than not.
I think they figured out kind of what they're trying to do process-wise. But the reason you do this as a defense is Murray could make the right play all night long. Role players have to hit the shots consistently across 2-3 weeks. Like, that's shout out to everyone for stepping up and exceeding expectations. But there was something kind of poetic about, like, you remember the Cleveland game where Murray was cooking? Then they blitz him, and they kind of like figured out how to deal with it. They just couldn't hit the shots. Yeah. And Murray said last night's game reminded him of that. So it's a little bit like, look, you ask role guys to hit the big shots enough times, they will miss some, right? And so I think Denver's figured this out. It's just still an uphill climb.
I think that's a lot of what happened, and we're going to overreact to it. If you really want, the defensive end I thought was rougher. Like upon going back and watching, the highlights at least from last night's game, and some of these doubles on Luka, I'm thinking of the one in particular. If you guys recall, actually it wasn't one; it was like 3 in a row where Zeke Naji's the low man, Luka gets on the block, and the help comes from Zeke's guy. Mm-hmm. We know this from Jokic, man. When Jokic has this, is in the post and there's a guy in the dunker, if you help off the guy in the dunker, Jokic's like, you just gave me my easiest read.
Right.
And Denver kept doing that in a way that he was like, serious?
Yeah. The one where he pump faked the shot and then threw the lob.
Pretty.
I hate to, it was really cool. But it was like, this is it exactly.
It was surgical, man.
It looked as easy as it looks for Jokic. You're right.
Yeah. And so I think that part of that is the issue. And then Adelman, he's playing a risky game, and I think it shows you that he saw last night's game as being important. More so important than, say, the Charlotte one, because an 8-man rotation is tough. Mm-hmm. And you play an 8-man rotation, you better come out with a win because you're going to wear your guys out. They go to the 8-man rotation. But the question is, if one of the extra guys were to play last night, Hunter Tyson, Deron Holmes, or Julian Strawther, I'm not sure I know which one I would have gone to.
Maybe Julian.
I'm surprised Julian did not get any run last night.
especially as the offense dried up in the quarters.
He
2,
pulled
3,
him
and
alone,
4.
man.
Hold on. Though.
Adelman pulled him alone.
Kind of. But let me just.
He did.
Let me pump the brakes on one thing here. You have Luka Doncic and LeBron James. What were they doing all night? Because you match up Peyton Watson on Luka, but how many times did he go at him? 0. He just would get the switch. He'd be like, "Who's on the floor? Who's food?" You put Julian Strawther on there. It's like, come on.
They only scored 115 points though.
I mean, a lot of that was in the second. I guess it was pretty consistent.
It was very consistent.
Yeah.
And I mean, the Nuggets as a team shot 41% from 3 and only scored 107 points. How'd that happen?
Oh, it was a lot of missed shots in the second half.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't make
17
anything.
points and 19 points in the second half. But Julian Strawther has the big game against the Hornets. David Adelman goes, he says in his post game, like he shouts him out and stuff. And like that seemed like, this could be a little start for Julian maybe. And then he just gets a DMP.
Yeah. A white knuckle moment, I think, from David Adelman a little bit last night, thinking that we can get this win. And then you're up at half. So it's like, let's just get it.
He admitted it too. He said, look, I got to wear this. I'm talking about how we wore down in the second half. I played 8 guys. Yeah. So if you're going to do that, got to win.
But to the point, Hunter Tyson, I don't think was the answer. Deron Holmes, certainly not the answer. And one other thing about how was that such a low scoring game, at least on Denver's side, 5 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
5. It's like Denver just was 1 shot and done all night. It's really 2 games.
Tim Hardaway was 8 shots and done. 0 of 8 from 3.
To Wynn's point, though, like there are a lot of mystified. The Nuggets actually got more shots up than the Lakers, despite having half as many offensive rebounds.
That's crazy.
There are a lot of weird statistical, but the 40% from 3, like that was all the first quarter. They were 9 of 11. They went 6 of 26 from there. So I think Murray had a really great quote. It was the timely ones.
Yeah.
Like they got them all early, and then as the game got tight and they needed them. And the other one too is Tim Hardaway Jr. was 0 for 8 from 3.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not probably going to happen again.
Some great news though, because the injury report came out just moments before we went live, and on it, Jonas Valanciunas is upgraded to questionable.
Thank the good Lord.
Why didn't he play this last game? I felt like he was going to.
Well, I mean, I'd much rather come back against the Wizards also.
Yeah, that's probably true. But so here's the upcoming schedule.
In a revenge
and I
game.
do think he makes a huge difference. But at Washington, at Milwaukee, at Memphis, we all think Jokic coming back on the 27th when they come back home. So that would be a week from yesterday, which would be great. Our last week of this. That would be phenomenal. But we don't know that to be true. If we assume it, though, and we have 3 more games without Jokic, if nobody else comes back but you get Big Val, what do you go on this trip here? At Washington, at Milwaukee on the second night of a back-to-back, at Memphis.
I'll say 2-1. Just because the rebounding has just been such a fatal blow
Yeah.
to what the Nuggets have been doing. I mean, some of these rebounding totals have been absolutely crazy.
So
They're the
sad.
worst rebounding team in the league since Big Val's been out, and it's not even close.
Yeah, it's not close.
I think there's been 11 games since Big Val went out, so they've been without a center. They've been out rebounded, I believe, in 9 of the 11. And I think 7 of them have been by double digits. And there have been a couple that have been by a 20-plus rebounding margin.
Last night's was.
It's just crazy how bad of a rebounding team they are right now. And honestly, it's not shocking. It's not that surprising. But it is pretty, it's fatal.
Who did they out-rebound? This team?
No, they out-rebounded Philly.
Philly?
They out-rebounded
Wow.
Philly.
The Hawks potentially?
Maybe Boston, actually. I think
They out-rebounded the Hawks 44-40.
Okay, so it was the Hawks and Philly. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Shame on both of those teams. Big Val, though, what kind of difference does he make?
huge difference. I mean, the rebounding, also your offensive identity. I mean, they become a drive-heavy team. They're getting a lot of threes up. This is a team that when they're healthy is like, you look at the drive to post-up spectrum, like Denver's on the dramatic ends of this. And when they're healthy, they are a post-up team. And outside of Jamal and sometimes Peyton, when healthy, most guys aren't like just driving straight to the rim. They don't have a post-up option right now. And so like you can't punish their lack of size when you get it. You're fighting uphill on the glass. It brings with it its own set of questions, like defensively, you know, Jonas, depending on who you're playing, like that can be a tough go, but they just need the size and they need a post-up option. And, you know, sometimes it can, rather than Murray or Peyton exhausting themselves to go get two, put the big fella on the block.
Yeah.
Big difference, you think?
Huge difference. The rebounding, just having a secondary hub other than Jamal Murray.
I think the hub part, like that's one way to beat a trap is like we're playing through the post now.
And we have not really seen Big Val as the starting center. We saw for one game.
Oh my God.
And he looked great in the first half, by the way, didn't he? In that Toronto game?
Was it like a quarter or something?
It was a quarter. Yeah, he was playing. It looked like he was playing really well.
So I think that's good news. Reinforcements on the way. I look at this and say I'm setting the line at 1.5 because I do think if you go 1 and 2, it's bad. If you go 2 and 1, it's great. And there's nothing in between those two. So it's like, man.
If you go 2 and 1, this whole non-Jokic thing was a triumph.
Yes,
it was a triumph. And that's like this take I'm talking about today where it feels like they're kind of running out of some of that steam. I feel that way. That's different than, these guys aren't like, I'm really impressed by the effort. It's just how much can you ask?
You're like, it hurt a little bit at certain points, but overall,
you guys have done your job. Yeah.
All right, let's take a break. On the other side, there are a couple concerns though that are creeping up, and I want to talk about them on the other side.
Shout out to Toyota, the official vehicle of DNVR. And no matter where you're driving, no matter where you live, Toyota, they've got a car for you. Trucks have always been part of their DNA, of course. They've been building durable legends forever that can take on the mountains, the highways, wherever you're driving. Check out the Land Cruiser. Make sure to check out the Tacoma. They've got 17 models with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive, like the Epic 4Runner. They've also got more low and zero-emission vehicles combined than any other automaker, giving you numerous choices to reduce your carbon footprint. 16 different hybrids to choose from, like the Tundra iForce Max hybrid truck. They've also got awesome SUVs like the RAV4 and the Grand Highlander. Make sure to visit your Front Range Toyota stores at a location near you. AutoNation Toyota, Arapahoe and Centennial, Corwin Toyota in Boulder, Groove Toyota in Littleton, Mountain State Toyota in Denver, Stevenson, Toyota East in Aurora, Stevenson, Toyota West in Lakewood. Toyota is a proud partner of the Denver Nuggets, and it's the official vehicle of DNVR. 16 different hybrids. They've got the RAV4, the Grand Highlander, 17 models with available all-wheel drive. Check out Toyota. They've definitely got a car for you. Also, make sure to check out our friends over at Shopify. Shopify is the e-commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the United States. What kind of dream job did you have when you were a kid? What did you want to be when you grew up? Maybe you're building those dreams right now. Maybe you're living them. Maybe you need something to power your business. Shopify can do that. Shopify powers the DNVR merch store. You can check out all our shirts on there, our Nuggets, Broncos, Avs shirts. You can buy them with Shopify. They even got you covered with website creation, product descriptions, email and social media marketing, and more. They also have the AI tools designed to help you maximize sales. If you are ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into cha-ching with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial. Start selling today. You can start selling today at shopify.com/allcity, shopify.com/allcity.
Alrighty, back here, segment 2. Throw us a like if you're enjoying the show, or if you just like us, want us to be happy, do those things. Here's my big concern, though, about this stretch, and I think you talked about the annoyance. I talked about the annoyance of it, but there is one other thing I'm seeing. Tim Hardaway Jr. had a giant ice wrap on his knee the other day at the Charlotte game. Giant one. Jamal Murray looked absolutely gassed in his post-game media availability. I do worry. And Peyton Watson, by the way, I think wearing down a little bit. You're seeing a little bit less pop to him recently. Could just be the back-to-backs. But I am a little worried that this team is... the guys that are healthy right now are completely gassed, and this might have used... It's like when you're shorthanded, have to play an extra minute, 8-man rotation, all this stuff. It does feel like you're going 1.5. Every game's worth 1.5.
Yeah. It's definitely a concern. I mean, for sure. But it's like, really, what else do you do?
There's nothing you can do.
There's nothing.
But I'm saying, could this be a storyline in the back half of the year that it's like Murray is having a great year, and he's available, he's doing all this stuff, but he might go through a slump in February, March because of the energy he's using right now.
Right. I mean, his year just compared to his previous seasons has been totally different, just from a output perspective, you know? Like, Jamal usually builds up to this, and then, you know, heading into the playoffs, he's playoff Murray. It would suck if like he's peaked as a for his regular season, if that's what's happening right now. But I mean, that's also kind of the beauty in Jokic getting this rest. Not really rest, but he can kind of go into hibernation a little bit over this last month, and he can come back and alleviate a lot of the responsibility that's been on Murray's shoulders, and Murray can have what hopefully will be a easy last couple months of the season.
Well, on top of that, he usually gets a week off in early February. And I'm not so sure he's going to this year, because I think he's going to be an all-star. And there's what is it? Fate loves irony. There is something to, like, Jamal might get to the all-star game this year and be like, really? This is the year I get it? The one year I'm so tired. I just want to go to the beach.
It also kind of helps you. You always yell at these guys, play harder at all-star break. And if Jamal's going to be there, we're like, don't play too hard.
Don't at all.
Hey, man, don't play too hard.
Yeah. Take it easy. Stand in the corner. Step back 3. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
But what's your level of concern about that? Because mine is high.
Definitely high, dude. Definitely high. I mean, that's part of, I think, what they're running up against is just the fatigue. I mean, Tim is a guy who's played heavy minutes all year.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who, like, Adelman has made sure to kind of point out, and don't forget Tim, like, he rested that Philly game. Obviously, he's a veteran, so he's going to have huge ice packs on his knees at all times. But no, I think you're worried about Tim's, wear and tear. Definitely Jamal's. The plan was to not have to play him as many minutes. And it's not just minutes, it's the type of minutes that they are. It's like,
minutes as the number one option.
Yes. Go carry us. And even same for Tim. Like, go get 18 shots up, right? As opposed to 9 in a short amount of time or whatever. And it's a lot to ask of guys. And then here's the thing about how the rebounding is starting to get worse and worse. Like, they have to gang rebound, and that's exhausting. So you have guys that are in different role, like bigger roles on offense, that also have to play a bigger role on the glass than they were before. Yeah, guys are overextended right now. They're spread thin.
I'm also concerned a little bit about the roles when you come back, because while I think that guys like Spencer Jones, who somebody in the comments pointed out, as you pointed out on the show, has come out and said, yeah, man, I'm hitting the wall a little bit. This is something I'm mentally prepared for, but it's still tough. I think when his role reduces, he'll be like, okay, there it is. That's my 8 minutes a game or 15 minutes a game. That you're back to being good. I don't know if that's the case for Tim Hardaway. Maybe, because he's a vet. I don't know if that's the case for Peyton Watson. In fact, I'd be kind of shocked. He probably would welcome a little bit of a reduction, in minutes and some help. But there's also something too. All of this stuff is about to shift, and I am a little worried because some guys have settled into new roles in a way that they probably enjoy, and certainly enjoy the way their perspective has changed.
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's about what do we have to do to win. That's what it should come down to for everybody.
Do we all agree on that though? Is that an obvious answer at the moment? What do we do to win?
I mean, in terms of like going back to what was happening in the greatest start in franchise history, like, yeah, I feel like that's pretty obvious. But look, I do think this stretch, particularly talking about Peyton Watson, I think that can be a good thing, if roles are shifted a little when everybody comes back and everybody's healthy. It will take some of the burden off Jokic and Murray for the final months of the season if Peyton Watson keeps doing what he's been doing. Tim Hardaway keeps shooting like he is. I don't think Tim Hardaway needs to reduce his role that much when everybody is healthy again. He might be the one guy that I'm like, keep doing exactly what you've been doing.
But on fewer minutes, which it probably will.
Maybe you don't have to close with him as much as you have and all that.
Yeah. But I would be up for the Nuggets having a little shift in roles and whatever, just based on how the last couple months has gone. I think there's room for that.
It's also a weird thing, Vote, about, and this is going to be the real challenge. The Nuggets schedule gets hard when Jokic gets back, because you got Detroit, you got the Clippers, Oklahoma City, Detroit again, New York, Cleveland. All these come up right away. Those are all tough games, whereas they've just had a cupcake schedule. But Jokic will have missed a month. He'll probably be on a minutes restriction early on. And there is something, too, of the weirdness of how do we push it and not lose games while also knowing that, like, we've never seen Jokic on a minute restriction. It's going to be so frustrating when he checks out of the game with 7 minutes to go, up 5, and it's like he's at his minutes limits. We're closing tonight with Zeke.
There's no way he's checking out.
Well, I was just going to say, like, the other thing is it starts with Val, too. He's coming back to start, and he's probably not ready to play starter minutes.
Totally.
So how do you handle that? And, yeah, absolutely, man. It's not going to just be like everyone's back. Now they're the Warriors and ready to win 70-plus games. It's going to take a bit. So, yeah.
Do you have any sense of Cam, CB, their return? Like, I feel like Jokic and Val, we kind of feel.
I think the only guy who seems to be behind schedule. Well, I mean, Christian is a weird one. Behind schedule is a weird.
Is there a schedule?
Did he come back too early?
Obviously.
Did he re-aggravate something?
I don't think he re-aggravated.
I think he came back too early. So maybe Christian was ahead of schedule in a bad way. I think Cam is the guy who's a little bit behind. Like he said in his podcast, he was expecting to be back closer to the middle of the month. He's been working out on the court. I don't think Cam is an imminent return right now. So I think he's the one that's going to take a little bit longer than expected.
Do you hope they all come back at once or slowly one at a time? What's easier?
Great question. What's easier, if they all come back at once or one at a time? I mean, probably all at once, but that's not realistic, I don't think.
Why not? I mean, obviously, when I say all at once, the same exact game, yeah, that part. But I meant more like within a week, where it's like, okay, all of a sudden.
Yeah, I think I'd want them back within the same short window. I think that'd be ideal, so you can just kind of get things back up to speed as quickly as possible.
The thing is, the All-Star break's not that far away, basically 3 weeks, and so I guess maybe 3.5 weeks. So it's one of those things where if somebody is 3 weeks out, you might just hold them out.
Yeah.
And then there's nobody back. I that's just the other thing that I went. So I'm worried about the team's fatigue, especially Jamal Murray. And I'm worried about the integration process because it's Jokic, that's such a weird one. If it's some of these other guys, like, oh, Cam, you're not closing for the first week you're back. Not a big deal. That's not a big deal. But when it's Jokic and it's like, hey, man, we're in a close game, but damn it, he's at his 20 minutes. To play him would get him up to like 26. Like that, it's not even just a minute over.
I also think with Jokic, here's a question I've been wondering about. Maybe he could come back in a week and be on a minute restriction. Maybe he could come back in 2 weeks and not be on a minute restriction. Wouldn't you rather he just comes back maybe in 2 weeks and just plays his regular minutes?
Absolutely not. Jokic?
Really?
Jokic?
Yeah.
No, because Jokic's 20 minutes is like a +7. And you have a chance there, whereas 20 extra minutes without Jokic is a -7.
Well, I mean, not necessarily based on how they've been playing.
Yeah, but we're just saying that they ran out. Like that, the scout is a little bit out on him. I mean, Val will hope a little bit.
Maybe, but with Val,
get him back. And also, weirdly, I want to see this game against Brooklyn and Denver. I feel like that's a big game. Like just it's not a big game at all for the season and for the Nuggets. It's a big game for us. I would hate to be robbed of that. Both games against MPJ. And
I don't really care about that game.
You don't care at all?
No, not really.
Do you? I think to me, it's kind of a big deal.
Obviously,
I think after the first one, it's kind of done.
But the first one didn't.
The first one in
guys.
Denver, he's gonna get his little tribute video. I mean, I care about it.
I want Jokic to hug him on the court.
The wrong guy to ask. Yeah.
To me, I mean, I would be so bummed for that. So, the integration process, I think, will be a little bit strange. And then, of course, you have just the question of rotations.
Yeah, here, can you just block that person just forever? Thank you. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah, forever.
Later. Why are you even looking at the chat?
Yeah, I don't even notice these things. But yes, I think that the integration process can be a little bit weird, especially if you're getting new guys back staggered. If it's like Val's back on Thursday, Yoke's back on next Tuesday, CB's back 2 games after that, then Cam's right there. That it just creates another variable of, well, who plays where and what.
Yeah,
100%.
Honestly, Christian Brown is the one I'm probably most concerned about.
Why?
Just because of the injury.
It's vague.
And what happened for him to pull himself out of that game and not play, and how we just haven't heard anything for the last week.
And is he ready to contribute?
And it doesn't seem like he's really getting closer to playing.
Also, there were questions about him just this season when he's fully healthy. So I think Christian is like maybe the biggest question mark. Also, to Wynn's point earlier, I want Jokic back as soon as possible. But in a weird way, that also throws a wrench in the rotation, right? Of like you're playing, but there's this minutes restriction. And then the center behind you might also be on a minutes restriction. And it's like, now what does this rotation look like? So, I mean, that's ultimately a better problem to have, but it's still like, it's not just like, oh, now everything is easy and clean and back to the way it was.
Yeah. Let's hit our second break here. On the other side, we're going to rank the Western Conference now. And who we are, or actually, we're just going to give a scale of concern, not rank them. Okay. Scale of concern. How much does this team scare you?
Cool.
Nice.
On the other side.
Make your chicken finger dreams come true. You can do that at Raising Cane's, where every box combo is filled with craveable, hand-battered and cooked-to-order chicken fingers Every crinkle cut fry comes from grade A premium potatoes, each thick sliced Texas toast, lightly brushed with Cane's garlic butter blend and grilled on the griddle to golden brown perfection. Most importantly, where the secret recipe Cane sauce is made in restaurant every single day. Make sure to get your box combo today. Make your craveable dreams a reality. You get those hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers, the best out there. Those crinkle-cut fries, just mouth-watering. The Texas toast. You got the Cane's garlic butter on there. And, of course, the Cane sauce made in restaurant. Every single day, get all that with your box combo. Make your craveable dreams a reality. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love. Make sure to check out Raising Cane's today. Get that craveable box combo. Also, got to talk about our friends over at New Built Restoration and Construction. They are licensed general contractors who can help with any project, big or small. They're available 24/7. They truly care about being there for their customers. The over 600 reviews prove this to be true. They'll work with your insurance to make sure a stressful process like this is as smooth as possible. If you have fire damage, water damage, mold removal, repair services, commercial projects, you don't want to not have a go-to company or go-to guy when one of those emergencies come up. So hit up New Built. Make sure you have that relationship with a trusted general contractor like them. So when you need something in an emergency, you know who to call. They're DNVR people too. They're in the bar. They're watching all our teams, man. They're part of the community. So give these guys your business if you're looking for a licensed general contractor that can help with any project, big or small. When that home emergency hits, New Built Restoration and Construction will be there. NUBILT.com, 720-903-4254. Let them know DNVR sent you.
All right, back here, segment 3, DNVR Nuggets podcast. These teams in the West, man, the only saving grace is that everybody else is just as up and down as Denver is.
True.
The Rockets look like they were cooked. They got a big win, a couple of big wins this last week. The Thunder were reeling. Now they've kind of regained their footing. The Spurs looked really good. They've stumbled. Who knows what to make of the Lakers? And then the Phoenix Suns just got Jalen Green back. The Timberwolves are the biggest enigma to me because they looked like a week and a half ago. It was like, man, there they are, third best team in the West. And then they just lost to Utah Jazz. Did you see this?
Yeah, and they're in 7th now. Also 2 games back from the 3 seeds. So.
I know. Everything is insane. But all
Subject
right,
to change.
schedule of 1 to 10, concern level. And we're talking about playoff series. You project forward health, the team's relative health, going into the playoffs. Houston Rockets.
Level of concern in a matchup against the Nuggets. I would say 7.
I think that's a good number.
I'm really high on Houston.
Really?
I think they're the...
Same number, but not.
I feel like 7's kind of high.
It is.
I'm with Win. How could it be 7 but not?
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, all right, hold on. Let's calibrate our scales.
Yeah.
Does
Okay.
5 mean it's a coin flip series?
No.
Okay. Then yeah,
Wait.
Hang on. 7
Um,
would mean you're afraid of them.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
they're concerned.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
concerned.
They're concerned, but I mean, I still think Denver beats them.
I have no idea what my scale is. Okay.
Let's go with this.
The
5 is a 50-50 series.
5 is a 50-50
Let's just do that.
series.
It makes it easier.
Okay.
Oh, 5's a 50-50. So you go 1 is like Nugget sweep.
Yeah.
10 is
So then
don't
I
think
would
they-
say 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's safe. Right? We're at the same scale.
That's a good calibration. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with Wind. I was
Yeah.
going to say 4.
I'll go back to my point. I really like the Rockets. I think they're the 3rd best team in the West in the playoffs. Defensively, they got a lot of matchups. They got a lot of size, a lot of length, a lot of big bodies. They're a veteran team, or if they have a lot of veterans, they have some youth as well. But just what they can do defensively, that's what would concern me in the playoffs.
The only thing for them is sometimes they can have this, all right, it's crunch time. Like, what kind of shot do we want? Can we get Kevin Durant the ball? And so if you think about that across 7 games, I think they're like extremely good and problematic. And yet I would take Denver to win that matchup.
So here's my thoughts on them. One, it's weird because they're in the same boat as Denver right now, but in a smaller scale. Or maybe a bigger scale, because Fred VanVleet being out for the whole year is obviously bigger than anything Denver's
Steven
dealing
Adams,
with.
right?
But that's what I was going to say is Steven Adams is now out, and it sounds like he might be out for months, like 2 months. It was a really bad ankle sprain.
Yeah.
And he's such a big part of what they do that it's a double-edged sword. Now, I say it's a smaller thing where Denver's missing so many guys that they, I think, can't win. Houston can still win. What it's allowing, I think, is for Amen Thompson and Reed Shepherd to be more aggressive now and like to find their footing the way Peyton Watson has. Mm-hmm. But then the question is, but when Steven Adams is there and you're playing 2 bigs, there's no room for all that stuff that they're doing. So they're going to have this period where I think they have some ups and downs and feel really good about Reed Shepherd and Amen Thompson's growth. But will it work when their whole team comes back or do they have an identity crisis? It's a real question.
And Reed Shepherd has to be so good in a playoff series offensively. Because he's going to get picked on. So
yeah, based on how he does against the Nuggets, though, he'll be okay.
Two of his 3 best games have been against Denver.
I know.
I will say this: I think Reed Shepherd is the biggest X factor in the NBA this year because I think they need him that much. Like they just have no other option. And when he's good, he's so freaking good. But he's not good as much as you think.
And you lose, like you said,
he's only got like 5 20-point games this year.
Adams is a core part of the identity, the offensive rebounding thing. So that's just, it's not the same as like we're missing this guy's talent. It's like also it changes what we do.
The reason why I would still pick the Nuggets every time in that series, probably end up picking them in less than 7 games, is just because I don't think they have enough offense to keep up with Denver in a playoff environment. I don't think they have the shooting.
Yeah, I'm with you.
And I just don't think outside of Kevin Durant and Şengün a little bit, just like who do you really throw the ball to when the game slows down?
My take on that, like why I think Denver will beat them and is better than them. If Denver has a tough game 4 to even the series, and it's because Murray shot a little too much, I think Denver bounces back in game 5, comes together. If the reverse happens and Houston has a rough game because Şengün or KD shoots a little too much, I think they might fray. I think it might be because they have a bit of an identity crisis where I think Denver at their core knows who they are. And that's the difference. All right.
Also, really quick, part of the reason why Reed Shepherd and Jabari Smith have been so good against the Nuggets is because the Nuggets have committed to anyone but KD and Şengün.
Yeah. We'll maybe try something else out later on. The Lakers.
1.
Not at all.
Not at all concerned about the Lakers.
It's so funny. You guys see Dan Wiki's like, this is a great
win of the
best
year.
Win of the year for the Lakers.
Can't be true.
You're watching that and you're like, seriously? Charlotte just beat them by 30.
Lakers suck, man. I mean,
they can't guard.
They're not good. They're not good.
Wow.
They can't guard and they don't have enough guys.
I think they can flash and pop as good and have and probably will, but it's a 7-game series against the best of the best. And like, are they going to? Last night they executed just so well defensively in the second half, and I was honestly shocked that group with where they're at in their season did that. I don't know if they do that, multiple series, multiple rounds.
I don't think they can guard. Mine would be more like a 2, but I will say they're dangerous just because Luka's capable of having nights like last night where even if everybody's back, you're like, damn, man, that game was close just because Luka wouldn't miss for 3 quarters.
The one reason they're dangerous, and it's the only reason I really think, it's just because in a playoff series, you never know just how many times they're going to get to the line.
Bro, hold on a second. Time out. That play, and by the way, the Lakers were right to protest
this. They have
this.
2 of the top 6 free throw shooters in the NBA.
Listen to this one.
Then they have LeBron.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? Where there was a play, I think it was Luka driving, and he gets bumped, and then he throws it up. And they called it on the ground.
Yeah.
And then they lobbied him during the timeout, and they changed it to on the shot. I think they were right to do that.
Yep.
But on the very next play was the obvious out of bounds on the Lakers that they called off of Denver. And I was like, this is how it works, man. They got in their head. The refs were like shook from that and started calling. And I was like, all right, so the officiating is a concern.
There was always that X factor in any Lakers playoff series. Luckily, the Nuggets have been so much better than them in these last 2 meetings where that hasn't mattered in the end. But
the ref was looking at LeBron lobbying him. Remember that clip of Peyton when Jokic talking to him? And that's how the ref was looking at LeBron. Like, yeah, okay, what? Okay, I'm looking. Okay, all right, I got you. Yeah, I'm listening. I was like, oh God, here we go.
There does seem to be an air of petulance about them, though, that I almost makes me think less about their chances to win.
Even Marcus Smart, even the fringe guys have it in them. Spurs.
3.
I think 3. I wanted to say 2.
Me too.
But I'll say 3 because I like the Spurs.
I'll probably go 3.5. I definitely think it's less than Houston. I think Denver can beat them. They are good. The only reason I go up a little is because Wemby is such a weird, I don't know what the playoffs will look like with him.
Yeah.
He's so good defensively. Does it throw everything Denver does off? Or when you get to sit in game plan, you completely take out or mitigate his impact? I don't know. We just don't know that answer yet.
How healthy will they be? One thing I think they have in their corner, to their credit, I really think Mitch Johnson is great. And I think it's a really well-coached team. And I just think that they execute very well. So this is, sometimes you see, remember when the Memphis Grizzlies hit the 2 or the 3 seed or whatever? I don't think the Spurs are just kind of the vibes are peaking at the right time. I think they're playing real basketball. I think they execute. I would take the Nuggets right now for sure.
What about the Thunder?
Oh, man. 7.
5.
I think I'm with Wind on this one.
Can I go 6?
Yeah, you can move it down to 6.
All right, go whatever.
Well, you go first then, since you're the outlier.
6. I will give the Thunder the nod because I just think that they've earned it over a season and a half. They won that last series. I know it was close. They've looked really good in their title defense, which is a really hard thing to do in this day and age. I don't think that they're a lock to beat Denver. I just want to give them the nod right now that I think they kind of coming into that series, I think they've earned this small degree of benefit of the doubt. But I think a healthy Denver team can absolutely hang with them, if not beat them.
I mean, I just look at it last year. Nuggets should have won that series, man, and they did it with 4 guys.
Yeah.
And you just look at the Nuggets team this year. Well, we can talk about health in a second and what that would look like. Thunder actually having a lot of injuries pile up right now, a lot of hamstring type injuries too, soft tissue stuff. But the Nuggets are such a better team this year compared to last year. I think that is being discounted a little in this discussion. The Nuggets are not the same team as last year. They're not even a little better than they were last year. I think they're a lot better than they were last year.
I do too. I do too.
Starting 5 and depth-wise and coaching.
I also think Denver is a good matchup. Oklahoma City has a matchup advantage over other teams more so than Denver. Mm-hmm. And that's why, because I think you say, well, Houston's a 4 and they're only a 5. I wouldn't feel that way maybe about OKC versus Houston. I think OKC would have a stronger advantage there. Yeah. But I just think Denver is really good and gave them trouble when they could triple team Jokic with no penalty. Mm-hmm. They can't do that this year.
I agree. And even just Tim Hardaway Jr. alone. If you think of some of those stretches where CB was out there and they just weren't guarding him.
Yep.
If the Nuggets have Tim Hardaway Jr. last season on that team, they win the championship.
Probably right.
So they probably beat the Thunder in 6 games.
I think you're making a really strong argument. I just want to I guess I just feel like they've earned this slight kind of look, they're the favorites and they should be, but the Nuggets can do this. And I also will think one of my biggest takeaways from covering that series in person, all those games, the Nuggets are, to your point about the matchup, they're not afraid of the Thunder.
Yeah.
They respect them, but they are not afraid of that team. So
yeah, I think it's a 5. I think that series would be incredible. Timberwolves.
Interesting.
I'm going 3.
Yeah.
It's a new day in this matchup, I think.
It is a new day in this matchup.
I'll go
I agree
2.
with that. That low?
Yeah. 2.
I'm going to go 4. I'll go 3.8 because it thinks it's a slight. Yeah, I'll go 4. I'll just say it. I still think the Wolves, despite this recent loss to the Utah Jazz, I still think the Wolves have some things that make it tough for Denver. But to your point, I do think Denver's better than them and has figured them out. It is a new day. And that's why I think Denver will win that series in 6 games or something.
Yeah.
But I also think that there'll be some games where they bully Denver still, wear them down. So I don't think it's 3 years ago when they played, it was a tough 5-game series. You know what I mean? And they're way better. I just think that series is always going to be a little tough, but I do think Denver is better in a way that makes me feel confident saying I think they'd beat them.
Yeah.
And this is not something I would have said last year.
And the Wolves back into the top 10 defensive rating. They're not woeful on that end, but specifically the way that they matched up against Denver, I just think is a little different. They used to have this army of wings and guards, including Ant, that they could will pressure Jamal and will wear you down. I don't know if they have that same army. That might wear them down just as much at this point of trying to play that style. And also the Nuggets have a couple of faces, Tim Hardaway Jr. is a big one. Jonas Valanciunas, who whatever that weird thing in the air was with Minnesota, they don't know anything about it. You know what I mean? They're not psyched out by those guys or afraid. I just don't think it's the same. The Wolves had such a specific blueprint advantage over Denver. I don't feel they do anymore.
I don't think the Wolves are deep. Like, I think Denver is much deeper than Minnesota. I don't think they really have the bench anymore.
Yeah, they haven't been going in deep into their well like they were last year even.
And defensively, I don't think they're as good as they used to be.
I agree. Even though they have been better than they started the year, I'm with you.
What about the Phoenix Suns? It's our last one. Any respect for them, or do we still not respect?
I respect what they're doing. I just no chance against Denver in a playoff series.
Yeah.
They can't guard Jokic, man.
It's a one.
Yeah,
It's
or
a
one.
one.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just look at any team
Or
that
a
can't
zero.
guard Jokic and I say, I'm sorry. And they play hard and they win the margins. They bring energy. I do think they're a good story. Jalen Green coming back, that'll be the ultimate test of this culture. Does he just absorb into it in a positive way? I mean, early returns are yes, but he's only played 20 minutes. But come on, if you can't guard Jokic, I'm not taking you seriously.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't guard Jokic, so that's that.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comments how you guys feel. Always want to hear the fan base and where they're at with these different teams. And you heard the scale. 5 coin flip.
That's the definite scale.
10, wait. How did
10,
we do
you're
this?
terrified.
Yeah, 10, you're terrified. There you go.
You don't want to talk Clippers?
Oh, we go to Clippers real quick.
I'm joking.
Okay. They might not make it. They might. You're right. They're too far down for us to like sit and spend time on.
I'm joking.
They might get there though, man. They have been playing well. All right, let's take a break. On the other side, question that everybody's asking, at least in my mentions, what's the rotation like when everybody's back? We'll talk about it on the other side.
At Bet365, who's an official partner of the Denver Nuggets, you can bet $5, get $200 in bonus bets when you sign up. And you want to sign up right now if you've been holding out on Bet365 because of the props they have and the bonuses they give away. The early payout offer is so awesome. With that Bet365 early payout offer, you're a winner in NFL games if your team goes up by 17 points with an instant payout on straight bets and parlay selections marked as winners. Download the app. Use code DNVR365 when you sign up. Tons of promos going on every single day. NFL, NBA will probably have a DNVR boost for Broncos, Patriots in the AFC Championship game this weekend. Right now at Bet365, new customers can get $200 in bonus bets when you bet $5, win or lose. Sign up, use the code DNVR365, deposit $5 or deposit $10, place a bet for $5 to get $200 in bonus bets. If your bet wins or loses, you can use those on spread, totals, player prop futures, and more. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 21 plus, physically located in Colorado. Please gamble responsibly. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. Also, our friends at Taco Bell have exciting news to share. Of course, they brought back the iconic quesarito. We all know this. Nikola Jokic has tried it. He's a believer. He's a fan. And I'm not going to lie. I was driving home from the bar the other night after a tough Nuggets loss. There's a Taco Bell right down the street. I had to get myself a quesarito. I just needed it. You know, sometimes you just need Taco Bell. That was one of those moments. And the quesarito hits, man. Stop by, celebrate Nikola Jokic, celebrate the Volcano Quesarito. It's back right now at Taco Bell. While you're at it, grab something from Taco Bell's crispy chicken menu as well. Whether it's a taco burrito or strips, Taco Bell's crispy chicken delivers every single time. With the football playoffs taking full effect, be the hero of the party. Don't forget to pick up a crispy chicken game day pack featuring chicken strips, soft tacos, and Taco Bell's amazing nacho fries. This is definitely a winning combination. Live Moss at Taco Bell.
He's watched KCP since he left. All right, welcome back here, guys. Segment 4. We're going to do the thing every Nuggets fan is doing right now, which is talk about the rotation when everyone gets back. The starting lineup gets all the conversation here, and I do understand why. If feelings aside, put feelings aside. If I was fielding the best starting lineup for the Denver Nuggets, I truly believe that would be Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Cam Johnson, Jamal Murray, Peyton Watson. I think Peyton Watson is that's such a long athletic lineup, which you need around Jokic. Peyton Watson has shown to be more reliable hitting those shots, all kinds of three-point shots. It used to just be the corner. He's making them from other places now.
Yep.
And he could put the ball on the floor and get to the basket. And I think defensively, I think CB gives you better team defense, fewer mistakes, all those things. I think P-Watt affects players more. Like guys go away from P-Watt every time. No matter what player it is, they try to get P-Watt off. They don't do that for CB.
Well, and also if in that scenario, P-Watt's there as a supplemental offensive piece, like a reinforcement and not a top option, he can allocate more energy to defense. So, I mean, also just the spacing conversation, like right now, who do you trust to hit a three-point shot more?
It's an easy one for me.
It's not even close.
So to me, that's where it starts.
But I'm not there 100% yet. I think right now I would still lean Christian Brown in the starting lineup.
Why?
Just because we have the data to back, we have a season to back it up. Instead of, whatever the last 15 games or so. Christian Brown is...
It's more than that, though, because here's the thing. Christian Brown went down and P-Watt was playing with Jokic. And even before that was playing with him more this year. Then Jokic went down and we have the sample you're talking about is now P-Watt without Jokic, which is also a good sample size.
But, I'm just not ready to abandon Christian in the starting lineup yet. I still want to give him a chance and see what he does when he is healthy.
There's also an argument to make, and maybe this is a huge stretch, but it's a podcast. Let's throw it out there. I mean, is it the case that if Peyton comes off the bench, you can kind of keep the role? Like, hey, man, the ball's going to be in your hands all the time, and you can try to carry a bench unit, whereas, like, does anyone think Christian can do that right now?
I think that no matter what, like you either start him on the bench so you get that stagger or you pull him out as the first sub and you get that stagger. Like there's still a way to get to that stagger no matter what.
True.
I just want a huge sample size at the end of the year with P-Watt in that spot just to see it, just to see what it's like. I think it's important. But whatever way you feel, CB's in the rotation. So I'm going to have him off my bench. I think Tim Hardaway Jr. is a lock to be in the bench. I think Spencer Jones is a lock to be in the bench. He's played that well this year consistently for him. And I think Big Val is. And if I expanded that, because now that's 4 guys, that's 9 guys technically. And if I expanded that, I firmly believe that Jalen Pickett would be my next option there. Largely because what you're looking for now is a point guard. You have Tim Hardaway and Christian Brown.
Right.
Is Bruce fill a role next to those guys? I don't think so. It would be Pickett to me as the 10th man and the de facto point guard.
I don't have a rebuttal to that at all. I mean, I think Pickett clearly is a better option than Bruce right now at this moment, just really in most facets. And I think the biggest two that you have to think about are shooting. Pickett's been a great shooter this season. Yeah. I mean, I have so much confidence in Jalen Pickett shooting a catch and shoot 3. It's got to be in the low to mid 40s right now.
It killed me that he missed all those shots yesterday, though.
I guess I wasn't factoring in yesterday.
Well, it wasn't. It was only like, and those weren't even threes. They were mid-rangers.
Free throw line jumpers.
I just have so much confidence in 43% in a catch and shoot 3. And
I didn't realize that. Did you 43%?
It seems about right.
Yeah. Making
he never misses. Like an open 3 from Jalen Pickett is cashed right now. And the other one is just ball handling and ball handling against pressure, bringing the ball up the floor against pressure. Now, I don't have 10 out of 10 confidence in Pickett with that. There are some scary moments for sure that will happen, but I do have more confidence in him handling the ball against pressure right now than Bruce.
Oh.
Jalen Pickett on the Nuggets in just catch and shoot right now is 3rd on the team, shooting 44%.
That's pretty nice, though, that his off the dribble and catch and shoot then are pretty similar.
They're pretty similar. Yeah. By the way, Peyton Watson up to 44% catch and shoot, tied with Pickett.
That's wild. Yeah. Kind of important.
But yeah, I don't really think there's any argument right now that like Bruce has to play better and re-earn that spot. And like we obviously take no pleasure in saying it. Friend of the show, fan favorite, Nuggets legend, champion. But right now, offensively, he's pretty limited. And as we've talked about some of the concerns about how teams will guard you with spacing and shooting, like would you guard Bruce right now in a playoff series?
Absolutely not.
Now, there are a couple of reasons why I would rather Bruce than Pickett.
Trust.
Hustle, like his ability to win a 50-50 ball. I'm taking Bruce 10 times out of 10. Like if
Pickett's pretty good at it though. I think Pickett, that's one of the underrated things for Pickett. He comes up with a lot of
to make an energy, like momentum shifting play. I'm taking Bruce. So I think you're going to need Bruce in spots. Absolutely. But just in that specific role you're talking about right now, I'd go Pickett.
I will say that you usually go to a 9-man rotation, although at the beginning of the year when 10-man, maybe 11-man rotation was all the talk. But so if you go 10, it's easy. If you go to 9, it is tough to take Pickett out now because he's clearly the 9th, like most valuable or whatever, but he is the only ball handler. Like you can't run a lineup that's just Tim, CB, Spence, Big Val. There's nobody there to handle the ball.
Yeah.
And so does that mean Murray is your stagger again? You know what I mean?
Oh, God.
You keep getting into the same scenarios. I can't believe it.
Does every team do this?
Maybe, probably. It's hard to check every box, man.
You know what's crazy is for most teams, it's a lot worse.
Yeah, it's a lot worse.
Yeah. The one thing I do know is once we get into the playoffs, stagger, bench, whatever. It's not as big of a talking point just because everybody's playing more minutes.
Who do you anticipate there to get cut out? If they go to an 8-man rotation, so 9-man, I can see Pickett gets cut out.
Yep.
8-man, even that I don't know.
Is it just Spencer?
Big Val, maybe Spencer, but Spencer's been like,
I know,
Spencer's been really good for
Yeah.
the Nuggets. I trust him to make an open three. I trust him to guard. He will foul, but if you're talking about a limited role in the playoffs, I'm like, yeah, he'll go out there and guard.
Yeah. So if you were thinking Spencer, Big Val, who gets cut out of those?
I guess it's
two?
just matchup dependent.
It's going to be matchup dependent. I mean,
Yeah, you're right. It could
I'm
be
trying
Big
to
Val.
think right now. The Thunder, that's probably a Big Val series. The Minnesota, that's probably a Big Val series. Houston, that's probably a Big Val series. San Antonio,
Don't know. Might be big.
that could be a Spencer Jones series.
It's a good way to look at it.
Yeah. Although, yeah, it's a tough one. Either way, at this very moment, Bruce seems to be the guy that has to kind of do some work to prove value.
Right.
And it's weird because, like everyone else, Bruce alongside Jokic probably can do a lot of stuff.
Sure.
And in a playoffs,
Yeah.
that's what he'll be doing. But at this very moment, his offense, and again, I don't even blame Bruce for it because to your point, he still does a lot of the defensive stuff. He's just not a point guard, man. He's just not a point guard, and that's a really, really tough spot to put him in when you say you have to handle pressure, bring up the ball, get us into offense. Tough, man.
Yeah.
We have any super chats you here? Oh my God, I saved 4 minutes for this. We got zero
God, now I
super
have to fill
chats.
4 minutes.
0, huh?
That's a new one for a full hour show, I feel. What are you guys up to rest
So
of the day?
the Wizards.
What are you guys up to? Oh, the Wizards.
So you could
Trae
just-
Young playing?
You could just still win this game and be 8-5 without Jokic, and then everyth's awesome again.
Ride the roller coaster right back on up.
Right back on up.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not ruling that out. Like these guys have done it's been a valiant effort. Valiant. Like I'm really impressed by everyone involved. So like the take that we started with is really just more of you can kind of feel that they're running on fumes with it. But it's just a game against the Wizards, and then all of a sudden that picture looks different again. So I'm excited to see if they can gang rebound and turn their fortunes around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anything-
I got nothing.
You know, well, anything you're looking for in that game? I want to see P-Watt. 2 bad games in a row from him. Or I shouldn't say bad because this last one was more just mixed. But 2 games where he hasn't looked like the breakout star he did before. I'd love to see him have a breakout game again.
It's also
Yeah, and I mean breakout spot against a team that has a lot of cap space.
Oh, somebody gets get in his ear. Tell him. Does Yoke make the road trip? We got Ambar in Washington.
yeah. I mean, yes.
There are 2 sides of the coin to Yoke making the road trip. If he goes, you get Coach Jokic, you get a little boost there.
Yeah.
If he stays, that to me almost signals he's closer to coming back because he can like really lock in on the rehab.
What if he goes to Washington then comes back? He's not at Milwaukee.
That means he's really close.
He's really
and he
close.
really wants Eat It Armbar.
At Memphis too. Is this road trip kind of a bummer to players at Washington,
Well,
at Milwaukee? You're at Washington,
Especially
but you don't even
Yoke,
stay. You get out of
especially
there
to
right away.
Yoke. Yoke's got 3 Serbian Heritage Nights coming up back to back to back.
Do you think those
man.
exhaust him? Do you think he's like
Serbian Heritage Night.
again?
Can you imagine if you had like a New Jersey Heritage
Yeah,
Night
like-
everywhere you go, and they're like, "All right,
Yeah, I'm from Jersey.
We brought in some diner food for everybody.
Sopranos? Sopranos? I've seen it.
and Bruce Springsteen, they're just
Yeah.
blaring it. They're like, vote. They're like, okay, yeah.
Jersey Shore. Yeah, I know. I know about it.
Say some Jersey stuff for us, man. Just kind of get us in the point. At Milwaukee is always a funny one. And Milwaukee's a two-faced team, by the way.
You never know really what
You
you're going
really
to get.
don't.
Milwaukee is the ultimate two-faced team. They might suck. By the way, freaking Giannis, man. Did you see his quote yesterday?
Yeah.
This is Carmelo Anthony all over again.
You gotta
People
pick
want to
one.
know why we were so annoyed with Carmelo. It was like this, only it was more obvious that he was leaving.
And he only made 1 conference finals.
Well,
Yeah,
that
that
too.
too. Didn't win a
That part too. But
And
this
no
is
MVPs.
why. It's because people were like, he never demanded a trade, or never did this, or never did that. You're like, guys, a whole year, everyone knew he was leaving, and it
Yeah.
sucked. And the team never had attraction. Giannis right now, it's like, I don't get what he's doing.
I don't either, man.
Just ask for a trade.
Nobody would actually be upset if you asked for a trade.
At this point, nobody would care.
No.
Bro, they gave you Kyle Kuzma and Kevin Porter Jr. It's fine. You can go.
Yeah. It's like, don't make the Bucks trade for John Morant.
I respect that a part of him doesn't want to do this to like
Yeah.
Bucks fans.
It's like he knows it.
but at a certain point, it gets worse if you go back and forth.
All right. Cue that outro music here. We filled 3 extra minutes there, guys. Good job by us. We are back tomorrow, though. We got pregame, watch along, and postgame. You also can come to the DNVR bar. That'd be a good idea.
That'd be fun.
Probably, knock on wood, I think they get a win tomorrow. Oh, our Stitty City shirts might be in?
This is Stitty City, baby.
Hit that
Let's
like button.
go.
We all city like the mayor.